I wanna, oh, no, oh, 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 oh. Step into the ring, it's the champions for the time. Oh, oh, WWE, and they break it down. We shine from the top rope to the mat, all the action, all the heat. Champions Corner podcast where the real fans meet. Champions Corner podcast where the real fans meet.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Champions Corner. A lot of things are going on. The football teams are losing today, but guess what? We're winning today because we're all champions, right? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. I got my guys here, Ronald G, Lonnie Nesbitt. I'm the number one player. Good to see you. Fellas, we got a lot to talk about. A lot of interesting things are going down in wrestling. Smackdown returned to USA this past week on Smackdown. Man, we got a lot to cover. Let's get into it. The tribal chief made an appearance. We got to get into it. Let's talk about it, fellas. Let's kick the show off with this headline. It's heard around the world. Cody Rhodes and Solo Sikoa. They had a match this past Friday on SmackDown. As SmackDown has made its way back to USA, they got a new branded logo. They got a new theme song by the Stallion. They got it going on. Fellas, what's your takes on this past weekend? This past week with SmackDown. What's your takes?
Man, I love that little logo, man. That thing look fresh. And that new opening, I don't know how long they're gonna keep it. A lot of times they show it for a little bit and then they don't show it no more. They just bring on the show. But all of it's exciting. When they had Megan Thee Stallion on there, I was like, oh, they trying to get that little flavor on them. They put that flavor on SmackDown. Okay. Megan on everything. She just hosted the VMAs and now she do the intro for SmackDown. She's all over the place. But it was a great show, and it's a great starting off with Cody and Solo. I enjoyed the whole show. Roman coming back. I was looking for Jimmy, but I guess they saving that. But they had a lot going on, man. I enjoyed it, all of it.
Lonnie, how about you?
Man, for it to be a season opener, WWE and USA just seems to go hand in hand, man. Seems to be the best programming all the time. But as a fan, man, it was great to see. I expected Roman to come back just like RC. I expected Jimmy and Paul Heyman too to come back. But again, they're saving it just like WWE's been doing. We think something gonna happen, then they do something completely opposite, which I know we're gonna talk about that once in a lifetime tag team match is about to happen. But yeah, it's gonna be good. But I'm looking forward to what they say. A great kickoff. Even with the women, I was very happy with Nia and them as well. That whole promo setup. So yeah, it's good time. Good time.
Awesome, fellas. So SmackDown makes its way back to the USA with a brand new look, brand new feel. What better way to kick off SmackDown than to have a cage match between Solo Sikoa and the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes? Fellas, let's dive a little bit into that match about, we like to do here. We like to unpack things here on the Champions Corner. I think we do a good job at that, I would say. So let's unpack that match. Guys, take the fans, the people that probably didn't get a chance to see the match yet, or maybe the ones that was looking at just the casual fans. But fellas, let's take them a little deeper into that match. We got Solo Sikoa on the rise as a top guy in the company, or maybe a top heel in the company, right? And we got Jacob Fatu is playing his role. Jacob Fatu doing magnificent. And then you have the hero, Cody Rhodes, to come save the day. Fellas, Ron, I want to go to you. Take us through that match, man. What were some of the things that stood out to you?
Well, like I said, I'm saying what continues to stand out for me with Solo, like I said, because people think Solo's supposed to be right there on Roman's level. But to get on Roman's level, it takes years in this business. And he's doing it for a decade, more than that. And he got an equity in. So, but I think for as long as Solo has been on this, the main roster, I think he's doing an excellent job. He's been a top heel on SmackDown. He's leading a vicious group, dominating. Not just SmackDown. He going over to NXT, going to wherever he wants to go, sit and put hits on people, basically. So, and he's taking on the role. He's not supposed to be Roman. He's supposed to be himself. Supposed to be a new regime for the bloodline. And in this match, he had a plan. It didn't come to full fruition, but because Cody Rhodes, he's a great defending champion. I feel like he's going to hold it for a long time. But Solo, has not quite found the. He doesn't have Cody's number. I mean, he hasn't been able to beat this man yet. He could beat him down, take his friends out, and do everything outside of the match. But in a one-on-one match with Cody Rhodes, he can't figure it out. Even in a steel cage, even if because after the match he got beat down. The bloodline came over the cage. Why didn't he do that fully during the match?
Mm.
So Solo could get a guaranteed victory, just like with the bloodline rules match. You have it right there in your hands, and you still can't get this victory off. And you got all you really need is Jacob, really. But the tongues right there are still as dangerous, but you still can't pull this off against Cody Rhodes. So, but you continue to call yourself the tribal chief. All Roman needed was you, and you was able to help him out. But you can't get these vicious, team around you to get you this championship. Because Roman didn't come out till afterwards.
Right.
So what's going on, Solo? I'm trying to figure it out. But it was leading to, and we got a glimpse of Jacob and Roman, standing face to face. And I feel like it was building up. That's what the fans want to see. I mean, it's right there. Mm-hmm. But Solo continues to back him off over and over again because he knows what he'll do. But I think he wants to get it part. Just prove that he could handle Roman by himself. He don't really need Jacob for Roman. But the way it's looking, he can't even handle Cody. How you handling Roman? So, like I said, I think Solo's doing a great job, but he needs time on his belt, and he's not there yet. In this match, he proved he's not there yet.
I would say I respectfully disagree. And what I mean by that is this. Everything you're saying is legit as far as him not being there, but he's only been doing this for what? April? Since April?
Yeah.
Right? So we're in September. Was that 5 months roughly, something like that? Mm-hmm. So I think in this particular match, initially, the question was, how did he do? I think he went back to his old enforcer style because he was the aggressor in the match, as he should be. And he locked in. I think I asked on the last show, why would Cody want to be locked in? Who wants to be locked in the cage with a wild animal? You know what I'm saying? So I would say, and on top of that too, you remember the bloodline got banned from ringside last week, if I'm not mistaken. That's why they came out afterwards, even though it was a cage match. So Nick Aldis banned them. You know what I'm saying? Because he wanted this to be like, this is over. Like, done. Cody, Solo, okay, this is it. Boom, 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 boom. So that left the door wide open for Roman to come back. But even though he came back after the match, if he could have came back during the match, but I think they wanted to be like a fair kind of move on, right? But everything's done for a reason, right? So I think the psychology of this particular match, I think Cody was built to be more never give up, like he's a classic babyface, versus Solo was supposed to be the aggressor. You know what I'm saying? I think he went back to that old enforcer style, and I think psychology-wise, he earned his stripes that way. Because think about it, even though he lost that match, nobody's thinking about that now. They're thinking about what's to come. Right? Yeah, he lost.
Yeah.
But now we're going to, what? Now we're going to get this tag match. And that's what everybody's thinking about now. They're going to think about that match probably. He lost, but he still got the Ula Fowler. You know what I'm saying? That's still going to be a major part of that story. So I think he just stepped it up more. And the key component is like the key component of that match, and Sean alluded to it. It wasn't so much the match itself. It was a fair, hardcore, hitting match. But the best thing Solo did to me that's going to be the most memorable for that match is that he pulled Jacob out of the ring.
Yeah.
And that's what people is going to remember, probably for the most part, other than, the fight that went down. Because like I think RC alluded to, like, they was teasing that. That's what the people want. So that's my take on that particular thing.
Got it. You're right. Go ahead, Carl.
And I think what I'm thinking about is this is his third loss to Cody for what I can remember, because he lost before. What was that? Before WrestleMania 39 to Cody?
Yep. First loss at that. That was the first loss, I think, too.
The first lost at SummerSlam, and now he lost his cage match. So you can't say you fully the tribal chief or you the leader of SmackDown, and this should be your last shot for right now. Because Cody, like I said, he wanted Jacob and then a lot of people want Jacob to fight against him because you're not getting that job done. You're not getting that title. And the reason you put away Roman as the tribal chief because he's talking about he lost. You done lost 3 times.
Yep.
Roman has lost once to this man. Beat him twice, pretty much. Tag match 40 and 39, and beat him at 39. Of course, it was with Solo's help.
Exactly.
For one of them. But either way, a win is a win.
Yeah.
And Solo, you haven't gotten that. So you can't. It's hard for you to continue to make this claim. Like I said, I like you. I like your persona, how you coming across, especially with, like I said, the short time he's been on the main roster. But you got to get these wins under your belt. You can't talk about other people losing when you losing more than them.
I think here's my little joke to it. Solo's on that Seth Rollins energy. He lost to Cody 3 times too, and then look at and now everybody's singing his song.
Hey, Cody getting them dubs.
Yeah.
But very good match, very good hard hitting match. I think that should be it. I do agree with you that Solo should get no more shots. I think that's a wrap. So because now Cody gonna get on down the road and see what goes on from there.
And that's the thing. I don't know if we lean into it later, but who else is there for Cody right now besides Randy and Roman? I mean, I guess Randy and Roman, but are we trying to save those matches? Where are those going to happen? Because other than that, unless you're building somebody else that I don't see, or having a draft or somebody else coming to SmackDown or debuting, it's slim pickings.
I might have something for that. I don't want to jump the head because we may kind of snowball it a little later, depending on how the conversation goes. But I saw something on SmackDown that kind of alluded to me that something was about to happen. But I'm sure we're coming to that when we get to that point.
And those are all great points, great takeaways, guys, for the match that happened on SmackDown. But like I said, we had an appearance from the Tribal Chief. Not only that, we got to hear from the Tribal Chief himself.
Finally.
On SmackDown. Finally, we kind of got some answers to what's really going on. What's in the mind of Roman Reigns? So, fellas, what is your take on Roman Reigns, his stance that this is still his show? This is still his people. This is still his universe. He's still the Tribal Chief.
I would say I'm glad he hasn't changed. I'm glad he hasn't went from now they love me, let me just cater to that. Because you don't need every babyface to be blue collar like that. We got Cody. You know what I'm saying? We don't need 2 babyfaces like that. Even think about it when Austin and The Rock, when they were the top 2 faces, they weren't your average or classical babyfaces. They didn't go. They didn't tag hands when they went to the ring. They rock bottom and stunned anybody. Babyface, heel, referee, announcer. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like when somebody got hurt, they ain't go over there and look over them and make sure they all right. Nah, I'm getting on the road. Get your behind up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad he's not changing. I'm still the Tribal Chief with or without Ulafala. I'm the only one, right? Still my WWE. Still my company. Still my WWE universe. Still that. This is still family business, right? Making that looted. That answer is all right now. I came back and did what I did because this is family business. You know what I'm saying? So, I think, my personal opinion, I mean, it took him 6 weeks to talk, but it's okay. We're there, and now we got the answer we needed. I don't think he needed a welcome. Roman's not that kind of guy who needed a welcome back speech.
Yeah.
That's my takeaway.
Yeah, and like I said, we want him to talk, but we don't exactly need him to talk. because he did a lot with his actions. Even when before he was about to talk, all he had to do was put the ones in there, and that shot of him and the fans all at once putting the ones up right behind him, and the fireworks went off. That's all you need right there. It shows you what he said before he said it.
Mm-hmm.
These are still my fans. It's still my people. It's my show. But we had Cody out there, and he has a point. That it ain't been yours since he said hasn't been yours since WrestleMania 40.
That was a good line, and he dropped the mic.
Salt in the wound.
Yeah. But only thing I from that was Cody saying that he couldn't fully look Roman in his eyes even when he said that. He kept looking down. He look up every now and again, but he kept looking down. It was like, oh, it ain't been yours since WrestleMania 40. Like, bro, if you were the alpha, it's your show. Look that man straight in his eyes and say it the whole time. That's what a lot of wrestlers say. You got to come at me, and whoever looks away first, it ain't yours. A lot of wrestlers say that.
Good point.
So, but like I said, Cody got that belt. But like you alluded to last show, Sean, with or without the belt, Roman could be that. Roman look like he that guy.
Yeah.
So that's what I take away from it.
Yep.
But also, Cody was trying to mock him too a lot. So I don't know, because he put out that hand, give him that contract.
Oh yeah.
The Roman said he don't need Nick Aldis. He don't need a contract, especially don't need Cody Rhodes.
Nope.
But in this moment, he's kind of forced to do this. He's forced to be have his team.
Right. Because on a previous show, you guys wondered, Crump, you and BJ, you guys wondered what was going to be Cody's role at Bad Blood. What was he going to do at Bad Blood? We got our answer. He's going to be in a tag match with Roman Reigns. Do you think this match? Do you think this scenario is happening too soon?
I'm gonna say no because this is why. This is the main reason why. Because I did not expect it.
Neither did
I expected Roman versus Solo 1-on-1, and maybe Cody to continue with KO. And the reason I say that is because when Randy Orton, we all knew it was gonna be Randy Orton, was KO's partner.
Yeah.
To me, it looked like Randy Orton turned a little bit, and KO was about to walk up and turn around and stun him. If you go back and watch it after they won or whatever, it looked like KO was about to turn him. And I thought that would have led to that, Well, at that point, I think they'd do the tag match because they already talked about the contract at that point, I believe. But right. I thought that was going to happen, or Cody was going to host the show. So I don't think it's too soon because I know it's going to lead to something else. Because what it's going to do, I think one of the reasons Roman signed the contract is because Cody, I want my title back, but I know I won't be able to get it while they're around.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I need to go ahead and just suck it up, beat them down. I don't like you, but I respect you. I know you're a workhorse. Beat them down, get them out the way. Then it can be me and you for that rubber match, and I take my title and my rightful place back on top of the mountain with the title that is. So I don't think it's too soon because we're gonna see what happens from there. Because we got Bad Blood. Then we got a Saudi show beginning of November. Then we got War Games. So we still got another 6 or so weeks of build up for whatever's going to happen.
Yeah. And like I was saying, for me, it's the perfect time for Cody right now because it's in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. He has to be at that show. That's his hometown. Mm-hmm. So he had to be on the show. And like I was saying, it's slim pickings of who could go for that title with him. So he needs this tag team match just as much as Roman might need it. But I ain't gonna say it like that on TV. But the way it's been playing out, he needs his match, and it's not going. And really, I think Solo and it's Solo and Jacob, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I feel like they should win this match. Mm-hmm. I don't think they are, but I just like it kind of scenario where with the Judgment Day on Raw, as with Finn Balor and his crew versus Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest. Judgment Day needs this win in order to look strong. Mm-hmm. So, like on SmackDown, Bloodline needs this win. Solo just lost 2 in a row to Cody. The Tongas keep getting beat down.
Mm-hmm.
Only one person looking majorly strong and who everybody wants is Jacob. So Solo has to step up and win this match and show that he's that true tribal chief and drag this out even further. Not like it needs to be dragged, like it's not a good story, but take it on even further to Survivor Series. And that's why the Survivor Series match will need to happen because Solo and Jacob can win this match.
Right.
And if Roman and Cody lose this match, that could continue to bubble up with them two. I told you I didn't need you, and this is why we're not on the same page. This is not going to work with us.
Cool.
We can never be a team because I have to go at you. And like I said, you costing me something to get with my family. You interfering with my family business. I don't need you. I told you I didn't need anybody. I got this. So I'm going to call on my real family, the Usos, and then we're going to handle this Survivor Series. Mm-hmm. I think that's how it's going down.
I like that. I like that very much. I just want to say one thing, Sean, before you jump in there, bro. RC, let me tell you something. You got me hyped. You got me on board with that now. Yeah, Jacob and Solo should win. But the question I would have, who would get pinned in? Because we know, even though it's Cody's hometown, we know that don't mean nothing in WWE these days.
Nope. It never mean nothing. It's these days.
Hey, ask Bret Hart.
Oh.
Woo, boy.
Yeah.
That's still my dog, though. That's still my dog. But,
for sure. For sure. Hit man. But
so you got my wheels spinning right now, RC. Got my wheels spinning. What if Jacob starts to lose faith in his tribal chief because he keeps losing to Cody, and Jacob, that causes him to beat up the person in the camp to say, hey, we might need to follow the real tribal chief.
Hey, I think that's building because he already took his tag team title away. So you don't want him to have a championship. You just want to be your side and show off for you. And you keep pulling this man away from what he wants to do and fight Roman Reigns. Mm-hmm. You put him in these certain positions, and like I said, if he lose, that takes it even further because when Roman was in the ring, because Jacob was ready to get at him, but Solo was holding him back, and the whole time Jacob looking at Solo like doing like this. And for the audio listeners, I'm holding my hands like he was on SmackDown, like a prayer hands. He was saying, looking at Solo, like kind of like Paul Heyman would look at Roman Reigns when he was standing there, looking at his tribal chief, and that's what Jacob was doing to Solo. But in my mind, I'm thinking he's saying, please let me get this man. Come on, man. What are you doing? I can get this man right now. Why are we waiting? So it's like you continue to hold me back.
That's what an enforcer should do. He should be letting loose on Roman.
Right. But Solo keeps holding this man back and take his title away from him. Put him in the lower, or some people consider the lower position. Not let him get that title shot against Cody when Cody asked for him. Solo taking his shot that he was told to step up for. So all this is building up. So it makes it lead to Jacob going with Roman, or Jacob just going on his own and just letting loose as being that werewolf. Because we know, and he ain't even talk yet. We know this man can talk from what I seen with MLW and everything else. So this man got superstar and main event star all over him, man. And like he's being held back right now.
Well, who does that sound like though? Who does Solo learn that from?
Because Roman
the same thing.
Yep.
Yeah, you're
the
right.
Exact same thing. And then what happened? After Roman lost finally?
He lost. Yeah.
Same thing. He kicked out Jimmy. He kicked out the wise man. And Roman was gone for a while. That was an opportunity, man. That was meeting the table. So sound like the same thing to me.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I'm gonna put this out there too. It could be, and you saying Rock gonna come in there. We can see what role he plays, but will Jacob? Huh?
I'm waiting on that.
Oh yeah. But will Jacob follow in the footsteps of Rock? As what I'm saying is, Rock took over the Nation of Domination.
I remember that. Yeah.
So Jacob could take over this bloodline under Solo and follow the footsteps of Rock. But we'll see what Rock plays, if he's and who he's with, or how they gonna go at it. But like I said, all this leading Survivor Series, and that's gonna be an important night for the bloodline.
Hey, I know we got a little thing, but man, the doors keep opening on us, man. Okay, let's think about it like this. Solo's lost all those matches, but you talk about following The Rock, and The Rock has stake in the company. He can make decisions. So why wouldn't they follow? Why wouldn't they follow him? Right, the final boss. That can lead to that right there. I still think he's still the one pulling the strings, honestly. But because why Solo wants that title that bad? Maybe he does, but why?
He should.
If he got it, what would he do?
I mean, what any leader would do, just hold it and dominate it like that. Because you got people on your side to help you keep the belt, just like what Roman did. So I feel like he'll follow that blueprint.
I mean, like, would he hand it to the? Would he defend it? He might defend it and be successful. I get that point, but would he eventually hand it over to The Rock? That's what I meant. Like,
oh well,
you know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
Because
I don't know about that.
And then that sets up Rock and Roman and Mania for that too. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
But man, I can't wait till we start talking about the potential WrestleMania matches. Anyway,
Right. That's gonna be crazy, man.
One last take on this portion here, man. So, who's the guy? We talked a lot about Cody. We talked a lot about Roman. Who's really the guy right there on SmackDown?
Honestly, okay, hear me out. I'm gonna say Roman, and this is why. You heard the people kind of booing Cody when he was saying you're WWE, not anymore, that type of thing. But that's one city, and I get it. But at the same time, Cody was more. Obviously, they say Wrestling 101 is when the babyface is chasing the title. You probably had more people around you, and it was an emotional story. But with Roman being gone and Cody taking on these matches, his stake keeps rising up even more. Now that Roman is back, it's like Cody's mind probably like, okay, Roman, I know you ain't budging. I ain't budging neither. We're going to have to figure this out. Right? So I think it's Roman based on the foundation he's laid, not just as the last 4 years of Tribal Chief, but the whole 10 years, man, that he tried to build. When they took him in, took him out, put him here, tried to make this work, but he found his own. And I think right now, it's Roman at this point in time. I think he's the guy, but not by much. But I think he's the guy.
Yeah. It's a 1A, 1B thing, man. It's hard to say, and Cody has that title. But if Cody didn't have that title, or Roman didn't have that title, it might be just Roman. That title is giving Cody that edge for me.
Okay.
But like I said, the fans were pretty much split when they both were out there. OTC, Cody Rhodes, they split. So they both got the fans behind them. That's why I said that's another reason why this draft need to happen sooner rather than later, because Cody needs opponents, and both of them can. It's hard for them to be on the same show because they get. I mean, it's interesting. And they going head to head. Like I said, who gonna be? Like I said, who is that guy? But it's like 1A, 1B, and one of them got to be on one show, one got to be on the other. Yeah, this brand ain't big enough for the both of us. That's what it is.
Right.
Because they the two top guys, and one needs to be on Raw, one needs to be on SmackDown. Well, that's how it was until Cody got the championship.
If one go to Raw, man, they gonna have to contend with Punk and Seth.
Yeah, but both of them are still above both of them.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's interesting to say, because now being that they're all on the same network, so to speak, could that make this possible? Could that make it possible for outside of the draft? Could it make it possible for these type of mergers to happen? Because you alluded to Cody needs some talent, and apparently most of the talent that we want to see probably is on Raw to face Cody because Cody's probably ran out of opponents on SmackDown. Shout out to my guy, Attitude Era Mike Wrestling. I was on his screen this past Friday. He brought up this very same point. Being that they're both all on the same network now, USA, who's to say that somebody from Raw won't jump in on SmackDown? What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, I mean,
With that,
they doing it
go ahead.
anyway. Yeah. Oh, sorry, man. They're doing it anyway. Look, Randy Orton showed up on Raw out of nowhere to face Gunther. So I mean, this kind of makes it more home base, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Like they're all on the same ship, even though they already were. That I could see that happening for that reason alone.
You had to have a specific reason for me.
Mhm.
Because Randy came over there because of that King of the Ring mishap.
Mhm.
And Triple H was rectifying that.
Right.
So he had a specific reason, and it made sense storyline wise and backstage wise, whatever you want to say.
Mhm.
So it would have to be a specific reason for somebody to come over to SmackDown to face Cody Rhodes for that belt.
Mhm. Mhm.
Other than that, it's just like the draft don't mean nothing, or the brands don't mean nothing. And that's what a lot of people have been fearing the past number of years. Like, what's the point of a draft? They're going to go at each other's shows anyway. It's not like when it first started, it was a lock. This is you on Raw, you on SmackDown. And when they did clash, it was big. Like, and the match that come to my mind was like Shawn and Kurt Angle
I knew you were gonna say
fighting.
that. I knew you were gonna
Right?
say that. I
Fighting
knew
at
you were gonna
WrestleMania
say that.
21. Because that was one of the biggest ones. They would never saw each other or never really touched, but they built up to the match. They went on each other's show like that. But that was just building up that match, not just willy-nilly throughout the year. So for somebody to come over to SmackDown and face Cody, I would need a good reason for them to come over. I would like a good reason. I mean, if it's a good match, it's a good match. But what I would like more of a good story for them to be over there.
Got it. And with that said, man, I would say Roman's the guy, man, because just seeing him on certain interviews, he still got like that, like the industry guy. Like he's the face. He still has that face persona. He still has the weight of, I'm the face of the company. And maybe that's just because that's the aura he has now, just embodying the tribal chief. But we want to know in the comment section, who do you guys think is the top guy? Is it Roman or is it Cody? I'm interested to see what you guys think, guys. Let's move on to Andrade and Carmelo Hayes, man. They've been having, back and back forth clashes, man. They've been putting on good matches, man. So what's really next out of this whole storyline between them?
Well, I think now with Andrade winning the match, because that was the fifth match. So, and now he's getting he's getting the U.S. title shot now. To me, and I said it when they was going through it. I don't know if they're done. I don't know if Carmelo's done with that or not. I take it he's not. Because losing like that, he probably want to do something to kind of get his lick back, if you will. But I think those are the type of matches that really get you excited for that up and coming star. And then I don't know. Last time they really did like a series of matches like that. I don't know if it's something they're going to go back to on a regular basis, or when it makes sense. But man, they hit it out the park every time, man. And it's hard to find people that do that every time. And this is not like, okay, you fight at this year's WrestleMania, you fight at next year's WrestleMania type of stuff. No, man, it's like a week or two in between. So what's next for them? I think if anything, Carmelo's going to cause Andrade the match against LA Knight next week. But then after that, I'm not sure. Because if Carmelo win that match, then they got to go another match. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't know, man.
Yeah. Andrade's getting the U.S. title match. I don't know if it's going to be a Bad Blood or just an episode of SmackDown.
SmackDown.
Okay, is it SmackDown? Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be a SmackDown.
I thought they should just made it a triple threat.
Yep.
That's what I thought they should have done, because if Andrade don't win, I don't know where he goes. If he doesn't beat LA Knight, which I don't think he will, I don't know where he goes. And Carmelo, he needed that win because I feel he would have won because he's the heel, and Andrade, I guess he's the babyface of the situation. So it's babyface versus babyface with LA Knight versus Andrade. So we can see where that goes. It'll be a good match, but LA Knight is going to get that majority of the crowd with that. And Carmelo could talk himself back into some limelight, but I really want to see where he goes because that's my guy. I love Carmelo. He did great on NXT. First round draft pick. Had the first match with Cody. Had a good showing. Had these matches with Andrade. Everybody loved every one of the matches they had.
Yeah.
But and we got it's hard to see where he's gonna go from here, especially this time of year. With Survivor Series coming up, and other than that, that's it. I mean, other than the Saudi show, but that's not gonna be fully with a story wise. Other than that, he got to build up to the Royal Rumble, and that's gonna be the only thing he could talk about after that. So it's gonna be a while till the end. So I mean, you can have good matches with some other people on the roster, but you need a story. So I'm interested to see where Carmelo goes. But if he mess Andrade up in this match, it's like, come on, bro, you lost, man. You lost three out of five. I mean, ain't like you got cheated this whole time. You got your 2 wins. So because he already interfered with another match from Andrade. That's why they continue to have more matches because he already interfered in the match for Andrade. So if he do it again, it's like too much repeating itself. Right. And so I think Carmelo's gonna lay low for a little bit and then find his way back to some. Hopefully they build something else for him, some kind of story.
I think a triple threat match probably would have been ideal. Probably been better just to have them all three in the ring together at the same time, just to go ahead and end that, you know. But I tell you who's having a good showing right now as a champion. I tell you, Nia Jax is doing her things as the women's champ. I mean, I love everything she's doing. But what do you guys think about Miss Tiffany? What do you think about her promo with Bayley and Naomi? What do you think about all that?
So I agree with you. I think first I'll answer this one. Nia Jax, I think she's doing very good as I think she's more confident. She knows she's dominant. She's living in her beauty. I think she's putting all that together. It's Queen of the Ring, WWE Women's Champion. I think that with that itself, awesome. Now she has quote unquote her sidekick Tiffany Stratton, who is like playing like the wild card factor too, right? Because you see all these little things keep plugging in, like you should cash in, you should cash in. Not on Nia, no, I'm not gonna cash in on Nia. I'm not gonna cash in on Nia. But to the promo, I think it went well from a Nia's perspective. Bayley's did, no offense to her right now, but I think she did her same old stick. And then Naomi came down there, and I think it was good placement for her. And what I mean by that is that now the stipulation is that, hey, you two face us two next week. Whoever pins, me or Tiffany, gets a title shot at Bad Blood. But if I pin you, or when we beat you, whoever we pin, leave SmackDown. Period. You know what I'm saying? That's the stipulation for the match. So I like the fact that it gives all these eyes on those 4 women who I absolutely enjoy when they're out there doing that thing. So I think in that regard, Nia's carrying that title well. She's making people earn it by words, not just by matches. She's making it earn by words. You want this? Prove it. Prove that you can. You're worth to step in the ring with me now. After I done beat you all already. You know what I'm saying? Right. And if you don't do it, bye.
Yeah. Hey, she pulling stroke as the queen. Like I said, this is the order. If you don't fulfill your part of it, get out my kingdom.
Oh, go
I'm the champ and I'm the queen. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, like I said, I've been cheering for Nia all year. This has been her best year in the company.
It has been
right here. A staple year for her. And she's playing the role perfectly and not being goofy with the queen gimmick. I don't think it's been too goofy. Like, some people think that some past queen and king of the rings have been like, just wearing the cape or the crown or whatever. But she's handling it with grace, putting a true character to it and putting the stipulations to it now. Like I said, you got to leave if you don't win this match. But of course, I believe one of them going to win this match. Hopefully Nia don't take that pin. I think Tiffany will take the pin, but it's interesting to see who will get it out of Bayley and Naomi.
Right.
And Naomi saying, I ain't had a title in a long time. It's been a while. And she should get out. She can get that title shot. And they're going to stretch this out and make Bayley wait because She already had her time in the spotlight with that championship, and I feel like let Naomi get that because Baylor could probably have a chance to get that shot anytime. Naomi hasn't had as much limelight and shine and opportunities as her, so hopefully Naomi gets the win over Tiffany in this match. They got at least a match at either Bad Blood or maybe they might do it on SmackDown like they do on the U.S. title. And, let Nia have a little, because I don't think, I don't know, I really don't think either one of them going to beat Nia Jax. I think it's going to be, we all trying to see where that Tiffany cash in going to be at. And they kind of pushed that story forward with saying, I wouldn't have lost, with Tiffany saying, I wouldn't have lost to you, Bayley, if Nia didn't mess it up.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I remember
So they putting little spots in there for them two to build up. So that's what I feel like we all know what's leading to, and I don't think Naomi or Bayley with the title anytime soon. It'll be Tiffany time, but I think Naomi should get this first shot.
that. Yeah.
So what if Tiffany gets pinned? Would that fracture her relationship with Nia Jax?
Well, I answer it like this. I want to kind of back up and say one thing that RC reminded me of. So on, is it Smackdown Lowdown? That's what it's called right now. Smackdown Lowdown.
I think so.
So the winner of the match gets a title shot at Bad Blood. That was the whole thing that what Nia said. So, but Naomi and Bayley was like, hey, we always had, they're talking that face stuff. We always had each other's back. The goal is to get the title off Nia, so it don't matter who it is. Okay, first of all, that's a lie. You know what I'm saying? Because if Bayley or Naomi is pinning Tiffany or Nia and it's a clean pin, one of them gonna interrupt that pin because they want the title shot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's gonna be interesting.
So I think with that regard, Sean, what was that question again?
Well, if Tiffany gets pinned, let's say it's a scenario where Tiffany gets pinned, will this fracture her relationship with Nia Jax? Because, like you said, Grump, Tiffany did say, "Hey Bayley, if things went the other way, if Nia didn't interrupt, who knows what would happen, right?" So, what if Tiffany gets pinned, causes Bayley or Naomi to get a shot at the champion? Will that fracture their relationship?
I think it would fracture it, but I think Nia would still keep her around. I don't think that'd be the straw that breaks the camel's back, if you will, because I believe that Nia was still keeping her around, but she'd be like, "Look, you need to step it up." That type of talk, right? But in the day, Nia still pencils in to defend the title at Bad Blood, whether it's Naomi or Bayley or somebody else. So it's not going to change that factor. But I think it would be one of those types of talks from Nia, and Tiffany would take it. Like I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. Yada yada. That whole talk, but I think it would do something. The conversation would change. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I think she just fuss at her for a little bit on an episode of SmackDown or whatnot. But other than that, I mean, it ain't gonna be much if she does lose this match. I mean, she could take this win because, like I said, that Money in the Bank is saving her right now. So she could take a loss. Nia doesn't need a loss right now to either one of them. Because she's like I said, she got to show her dominance, and like I said, she's the queen and the champ, so she really got to show her dominance. I don't think she needs a loss right now in a tag team match like this. Tiffany was right there to take that. It'll be all right.
Right, cool. We want to know what you guys think. I'm personally waiting for Tiffy to go ahead and cash in that Money in the Bank. Let's get this thing rolling.
Hey, it's gonna be a moment.
It's gonna be a good moment. It's gonna be a big moment, man. Fans are gonna go crazy. But speaking of the fans, speaking of social media, man, social media is ablaze right now. Recently, Kevin Nash came out against Logan Paul. He basically came out because his boy Hollywood Hogan, went on Logan Paul's show and said that Logan Paul is the next guy. The next guy. Said that Logan Paul. Now, granted, Logan Paul is doing big things. For him to come into the industry and grasp things like he's been able to, we kind of haven't seen that. He's kind of showing, that he wants to take this thing seriously, right? What do you guys think? We talked about on a previous show, but Crump, let's get your take. Do you think that Logan Paul is the next guy?
Well, he could be, but like Kevin Nash is probably going to Kevin Nash's point. Are you there enough to be that guy? Because you know what he's part of knowing what it takes to be that guy. You have to be there on a consistent basis and holding that ball, and going on interviews, doing everything outside of the ring and inside of the ring to be that guy.
Right.
You carrying that show. This ain't no side gig. This is your full time, and that's probably part of what made him upset because it ain't just he don't talk to the boys and we had our interaction. That's part of it, but you saying you're gonna be that next guy, that top guy. Are you gonna be there, or are you just gonna get on the bus or a plane or whatever you do, getting paid enough, and just go to your main stuff, YouTube Prime and all of that? Wrestling is not your main priority?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Logan is saying, "Oh yeah, I can do this. I'm doing this better than you," without devoting that much time to it. But to be that main guy, you have to, and in his eyes, you have to.
Right.
And not just his, a lot of people.
Right.
You got to devote most of your time to this if you're gonna be the main guy. If you want to hold the main championship, a lot of people's mad. Logan Paul only defended the U.S. title for twice. That was continue to show up on social. We talking about social media. That's what continue to show up on social media. This man only defended the title twice. Get this belt off of this man. Yes, we all know you're good. We respect that. We respect what you can do in the ring. But we don't want you carrying this ball if you're not in this with us.
Right. So Lonnie, why do you think Kevin Nash said Logan Paul isn't one of the boys?
Well, whether this was a shoot or not, he didn't know what that was. When he was
explain to the digital audience what a shoot is.
A shoot is essentially meaning an unplanned event, essentially in the ring. Something that happens, you kind of go off the cuff, or is unscripted. That's essentially what a shoot is, and it can happen in any place, ring, backstage, whatever the case may be. Some of them may do it on the road. Essentially that's what that comes down to. But he didn't know what that was, and and the reason I thought it was a shoot, because remember, if you saw the podcast, Hogan was like, "This is kind of disappointed he didn't know what that was." Like, are you kidding me? And then they did it like a clip to Logan Paul, because his boy was like trying to tease it, and Logan Paul was like, "Don't do that. Don't continue the conversation." Essentially, so if you're the guy, and you may not know what that may mean, or if you're not around enough, which I heard he say he wants to be around more, but I guess because of maybe legal complications, I don't know. He's not. They didn't give him a full-time spot. So I think that's the biggest reason Kevin Nash is like, "Nah, you're not one of us." What they say, "Not like us." Is that song? So
they're not like us.
That's what the kids say.
So that's why I think he says that. And this is from, you remember now, these from legends who are sitting back and just watching the show. So they're gonna have a hardcore opinion. You know what I'm saying? But I want to say something. I would disagree and say Logan Paul, not right now. He probably maybe down the road, but right now he could not be the guy.
No.
Maybe down the road, but right now he had to go through. We just talked about Roman and Cody, who are both on there. You know what I'm saying? And that's look on the other side. Then you got Gunther. Man, that'll be a hard man. Come on now.
He ain't ready for that.
All right. I would love to see that match though.
Yep.
Versus Logan Paul.
Yep. So fellas, so do you think this is leading to something? Or is this just Kevin Nash giving his feedback?
Well, I want to say this real quick. I'll proceed before you jump in there, buddy. Logan Paul responded.
Yeah. He
responded. He was like, "Wait a minute. Essentially, forget me. No, forget you. I ain't gonna use the word he used. But essentially he's talking about how, you know how it is. These old legends are haters, and I can do it better than them type of thing. And I also would say this, and RC would appreciate this. I know they said, not to say Logan Paul's not good. He is. He's proven that. But they're saying they never seen nobody pick it up as fast as him. Hello, Kurt Angle.
Thank you.
It's true.
Hello? Yes, sir.
In his first year?
Yes, sir.
Intercontinental champion, European champion, King of the Ring, WWF champion.
Talk that talk.
Come on, man.
Freaking Angle, that's my guy.
Don't forget the milk.
I'm sorry, Sean. Now you got me. Let me get on the soapbox for a little bit, bro. I'm sorry. Just
Hey,
real quick. Just real quick.
Go
Just real
ahead.
quick.
Go ahead.
He knew Kurt Angle praises out. Ooh.
Man, go ahead on now. I'm just talking some facts here now. But not only that, Vince McMahon trusted Kurt Angle to repeatedly be in the ring with his top people. How many times today they complain about it? They get like the same match for 2 weeks in a row. But how many times did Kurt Angle fight Austin and The Rock back in the day? Every freaking week it seemed like. Nobody said nothing because they were stellar matches. Every freaking week it felt like fighting one of them. The two top guys.
Yep.
So I'm on my soapbox. I'm off of it now. But I'm just saying, like, I don't see where they see that. Maybe I'm just missing something. But I just don't see him being gotten quicker than everybody else. That's just my. Kurt Angle to me is that guy.
And shoot, man. Well, Logan Paul was acting like he didn't even really know who Kevin Nash was. I don't know if he was just trying to, be coy about that, or just play off like just to diss him. But yeah, like he didn't even know Kevin Nash was, and he just called that man bitter and told him he could do it better than him that he ever did.
Mm.
And some people might agree with that because Logan Paul is that athletic. But and like I said, he be good on the mic. He's a great heel. But can he tell stories like Kevin Nash did back in the day? Do he have that aura like that Kevin Nash did?
Right.
That's debatable. But he said he's going to all he's going to do is continue to brag that I can do this without devoting that much time to it. Imagine if I did. But that's the whole point of the conversation. You don't. And we feel like you should. If you're going to be that top guy in the company, like we all respect your talent, but in a way, some people going to say it's wasted. If you just go on and do this and this and that, it's great as an entrepreneur because you have, obligations, especially with the Prime, as much as that has taken off for him and his crew, but you're not a full-time wrestler.
Nope.
So you're not going to automatically have that respect of those who have wrestled in the past and who have podcasts and shows or opinions that they're going to get out in these interviews over and over again. You're not going to have that respect or the respect of people who are doing it right now on the grind, every show, every live show, going to every country, on those planes, on those buses, in their own cars. You're not going to have that respect. You might not care, but it's going to be a conversation. You can't get mad about people having a conversation and having an opinion. Mm-hmm. And that's just going to be that's just what it is.
Yep.
That's what it is, and that's what it's going to be.
Gonna be. Carmelo.
Hey, it's true. It's true.
Hey, boy, all this comes. Oh, I should have my Kurt Angle shirt on right now if y'all gonna do all this.
Listen, I'm gonna give him love. I ain't gonna do y'all. Hey, y'all do this guy. I know. I ain't gonna do y'all like that. This guy, I'm gonna give Kurt his love. I'm gonna give Kurt his love.
We just do it every show. We don't do all.
Oh, you will. You will. I just wanted to hear it. Fellas, let me pull up this Bad Blood card, man. Can y'all believe Bad Blood is back? How long has it been since we had a Bad Blood pay-per-view?
Oh, man.
Probably
since before the PG era, most likely.
Probably. Maybe since 2003. Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe. It's been a minute. Actually, It's been 2 minutes.
So let's talk about this Bad Blood card, man. They're building this thing like it's a mini WrestleMania. Bruh. This thing has got heavy hitting action going on, fellas. Let's talk about Bad Blood, man. I think this is the year of accessories. We got the friendship bracelet, the Ola Fala. This the year of accessories, man. So let's talk about it. Let's not even waste time, but let's talk about CM Punk and Drew McIntyre in a Hell in a Cell match. Now, I want to preface my comments by saying I think the stipulation for this match should have been the loser leaves Raw. But guys, what do you think about this match?
Well, under Triple H's booking, this match, I mean, your opinion on the stipulation, I get it. But the match itself, this is what a Hell in a Cell should be.
Yep.
Like, this is the Undertaker and Shawn Michaels, the very first Hell in a Cell in the Bad Blood 97. When Kane debuted, that whole thing, that led to that match. You know what I'm saying? from a mistake at that. You know what I'm saying? He bashed Undertaker in the head with a chair by an accident. And they just somehow they made it to Hell in the Cell. You know what I'm saying? But after a couple of months.
Made a whole new back out of it.
Yeah. So I think this is the prime. This is exactly what you need. And we talked about this. We kind of figured this may happen. Because first of all, Drew McIntyre wins. Matter of fact, let's back up a little bit. I'm going back to the promo Drew cut on the post show of was it Clash at the Castle? When he kind of wreck shot after costing his title match. Man, it was Hell in the Cell in his eyes right there.
Right.
You know, then they had the match at SummerSlam. Punk said, well, Drew says, I'm done with you. Then they go to what was the last show? Bash in Berlin. He had the strap match. Punk says, oh, I'm done with you. And now the bracelet ripped, blood's being shed. What else could they do? I think I heard Bully Ray say they should have been an I Quit match. And he set it up to a way that if let's say Drew wins, but he used AJ Lee. If you do that, that ain't gonna be over. You still gotta go to the Hell in the Cell. So I mean, you know what I'm saying? So I think in this regards to the match, this is the match to settle it all. It has to end with this. It has to end with this. Hell in a Cell, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Rivalry of the Year has to end in one of the most barbaric matches, period.
Yeah. It's a debate on that Rivalry of the Year, but my opinions on last episode, but yeah, because I mean a lot of people think this rivalry should probably already be over. But I know to me, or to us on this show, I don't think it should have been. Because with the except the referee at SummerSlam, that was interference.
Mm-hmm.
With the was a strap match.
Yeah.
I'm about to say bull rope match.
Same thing.
Strap match. Yeah, even Drew played that down. Probably because he lost, but he even played that down on Raw. But you hit 4 corners. Wow. But he knocked you out to hit those 4 corners, so it meant something.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, this officially be match is built up right, not like the pay-per-view was all the time where you just had to be in the Hell in a Cell out of nowhere. This was built up right, built up for all of this year pretty much.
Yeah.
And this should be the end point. And you're gonna get whoever wins gonna get a clean victory. Well, hopefully nobody interferes. I don't know who will interfere in this match, but at the end of this, but this is y'all two in there. Nobody's set to interfere, or rumored, or everybody fans think is going to interfere. It's just between y'all. Just settle this, and that's it.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna move on after this. Drew thought it was over at SummerSlam. He was trying to move on. Punk thought it was over at Bash, and he was trying to move on to the World Championship to face Gunther. But here we back again. So we both y'all got to settle this right now.
Right.
And this is the perfect spot. And like I said, it's bad blood. It's perfect. It's where the first one was, and where this one is perfectly built to right now.
I would have to agree, man. This has been an entertaining rivalry, man, because I mean they didn't really touch for a while. For a while, it was just back and forth words. We didn't really get that match until SummerSlam, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to say, man, this is right up there with Rivalry of the Year, man. I know some people think about Swerve and Hangman and the stuff that's going on in AEW, but man, this is right up there, bro.
Oh yeah, I mean this Rivalry of the Year in WWE off top. In WWE, you're talking about WWE.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
it's Rivalry of the Year for that company. But if you're talking about all the wrestling, bro, Hangman Swerve up there, right? It's right there. Or maybe that's the Rivalry of the Year. But we talking about WWE right now. We talking about Bad Blood. So
on that note, old boy brought a piece of the house to the match.
That's like I said. That's like a lot of that match went overboard for a lot of people, but it was story involved, especially with that what you just said.
Right.
But like I said, we talking WWE. So, but like this is a perfect ending to the Drew and Punk story right now.
Mm-hmm.
At least for right now.
I'm looking forward to that match. Do you guys see that match going first? I don't see that going first.
Well,
That's true. It might main event.
I thought it was gonna main event until I saw the tag match come together.
Yeah. Ah.
Um, but that storyline itself, because the whole tag match is just kind of like unfinished business,
Yeah, that should actually go first.
Yeah, they can go ahead and get that out of the way
Yeah.
because let them boys fight. Let them boys fight.
They shouldn't follow each other. They shouldn't follow each other because the fans are gonna be. I'm talking about in succession, right? Like back to back, because the fans are gonna be so loud for that tag match. And in the Hell in a Cell, and Drew and Punk delivered on all their matches, and they delivered on everything outside the ring too. So
Yep.
whether or not, and I'm thinking they get about 40 minutes in there. So
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, including entrances. So you're talking about that and that match. They should not. They should at least keep 2 matches in between them because I think one to suck the sales out of the other. And for Cody and Roman on the same team and Cody hometown alone, burn the fans out.
Yeah, that's true. Match placement is almost everything.
Mm-hmm.
Must be. One
of our fellow analysts on this show has this very funny line, which I can't wait to be on the show with him and talk about this line. I think this is genius. The cup of coffee for Sami Zayn. My God, is that a funny line? Oh, that's a funny line.
That might be a shirt.
Yeah, he is so right. Because I don't think Sami Zayn deserved this match. What do you guys think about Sami Zayn versus Gunther?
Well, and Sami does deserve the match. He beat his man at WrestleMania.
Hold on.
So that's all you need right there.
But hold on.
So what?
He's one of the few people that has beaten Gunther. Why shouldn't he get this match?
But that match hasn't been made official though. So we don't even know if it's happening then.
Man, we know. It ain't made official. We know it's coming, bro.
It's on the card. It's on the card. So they say here, and I'm reading from CBS Sports. So it says, Sami, to your point, RC, it says Sami was the man who ended Gunther's record of 666 days at Intercontinental Champion, right? Mm-hmm. But there's an old saying, what have you done for me lately? So, Sami, what have you done for me lately? Sami don't deserve this match.
Oh, Lord.
Wait a minute. He was Intercontinental Champion. About what he done for you lately.
How long ago was that? We talking about current day. We talking about
don't matter. What did Kevin Owens do to fight Cody Rhodes?
That ain't got nothing to do with this.
It got everything to do with it. Because I still have no reason that match should have happened. Either way.
Yo, last time we saw Sami, he got broken up by Braun Breaker.
And?
So what have he done?
He should beat Gunther?
Why should he?
He already beat Gunther.
Gunther is right. What have you done to deserve this?
And Sami beat Braun Breaker first.
He beat him
at WrestleMania. How many months ago was that?
It's gonna be a formality. Even if you have a match, it's a formality. We know it's Sami versus Gunther. That's because Gunther. That's why he fought Randy Orton. Clean up that mistake that happened. Oh, people didn't think I beat you. And here, now we're doing this at Bash, and now I really choked you out.
All right.
Sami beat Gunther at WrestleMania. I had to correct that. That's what Gunther's reign is going to be this far, correcting his losses.
There's only
going back to get back, have that get back.
Okay.
That's 2 reasons right. That's the reason right there. This match should happen.
Okay.
For both of them. Sami beat him at WrestleMania, and Gunther wants to correct that what happened at WrestleMania. So they both got incentive.
You still want to ask that question, Sean?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Look, man.
You just want to be right on this one.
Yeah.
No, man.
Look, man.
Who else gonna be up there?
Look, he beat Braun Breaker and then he lost to him at SummerSlam, right? Not to mention the passion of Sami Zayn, which he have done lately. Man, anytime Sami Zayn, say what you want, anytime Sami come out there, man, the crowd gonna be lit up.
Yo, first of all, don't deceive the people, the general audience like that. This ain't a charity case. This ain't based off of your passion and how you get the fans going. It's based off of in the red ropes. What have you done for me lately?
Did he not have a 2 out of 3 fall match with Braun Breaker?
Who won the match?
He won the first fall.
We ain't worried about that.
Who won the match?
Who won the match?
Because if that's the case, he beat Gunther, as RC alluded to. If you're talking about wins,
and he proved it. And that's what I'm saying. He said he could beat him again. That's why he asked for the match.
look here. The part of the man will get the match, whether you want to believe it or not. He gonna get the match. Now he gonna lose, but he gonna get the match.
Right. We ain't saying he gonna win. I'm just saying he deserved the match.
He does not. He does not deserve his matches. But like my guy says, this is Sammy's cup of coffee in the big leagues. What a genius line! What a genius line!
But who else will fight Gunther right now? Other options are Jay, who gonna fight for that kind of who fighting Braun Breaker next. Punk, who's fighting Drew. Drew, who fighting Punk. Seth is out.
He ain't gonna come back and fight.
Damian Priest is fighting Judgment Day. So who else is there to fight Gunther right now? All those people are ending their feuds probably at this pay-per-view, or it's gonna be next step for some people. But
because
you got Bronson Reed coming up, but him and Braun Strowman going at it back and forth, and I can't wait to that match.
So we're talking about bad blood. This thing is called bad blood. So far, everybody on this list, they got some bad blood between them. And you get to Sami and Gunther.
You think Gunther blood boiling that he lost to Sami Zayn, that he didn't even take him serious?
He got the world
has that mark on his record?
He got the world title now. That Intercontinental that's in the past. He got the world title now.
Okay, let me say it like this. Let me say it like this. Okay, let me take you back to 2003, gentlemen. Follow me down this. Follow me down here. Follow me down here. Okay. So Sean and RC, tell me. Let me just go ahead and solidify this. To you, what has The Rock done in the business? Don't draw it out. Just say a couple of things. What has The Rock done in this business?
I mean, that's a long list, bro.
Give me 3 things each. 3 things.
He's The Rock.
Okay. How you gonna say it's a long list, then say he's The Rock?
Because you said give you 3 things. I'm just gonna say that man's The Rock. We know what his resume speaks. His resume speaks for itself.
Okay. Now, okay. RC, you want to add something to that?
I mean, this man 10-time world champion, won a Royal Rumble, they won multiple WrestleManias, beat Hogan, Cena, and Stone Cold at WrestleMania. I mean, come on.
Okay. Okay. Now.
That's 3 things.
I'm glad you said that. Okay. But I'm glad that last part. Okay, that's exactly where I'm going there. So Gunther could be mad that Sami beat him at WrestleMania, right?
No.
Yeah.
Because he ended his reign, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, why did The Rock challenge Stone Cold to WrestleMania 19?
To get his victory back. Because he lost twice at WrestleMania, this man.
Exactly.
He wanted to win that final one.
So, my point is,
that don't hold weight to this, bro.
Oh my goodness! You know what? You just don't want to say it. That's all it is. You just don't want to say it.
We talking bad blood, bro. These other matches, they got some heat in these matches. This match,
okay.
So basically, you saying Gunther shouldn't defend his title because who else he got bad blood with?
He might as well took the night off.
Hey, so he don't have bad blood after losing the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania. That don't boil his blood.
He got the world. I can see if he didn't have the championship right now.
But he want to make it prestigious. So this is how you do it.
Not fighting Sami Zayn. No, wait. We gonna sit here and act like Sami Zayn is the cream of crop when it comes
No,
to
nobody said that. Nobody said that.
Okay.
Nobody said that. I just don't think you giving this man his props though.
He all right.
Come on now. At one point, he was the best thing going in the bloodline.
I don't even give him that, but that's what the general public says.
Come on, feeling Uzi?
Oh my God. See, listen, now, you got a pocket. Well, we're gonna digress. We want to know what you guys think out there.
That's what we do.
We want to know what you guys think. Is this Sammy's big cup of coffee in the big leagues? Is this it? I tell you, that's a genius line. That is smart. But let's move on. So let's talk about a match that got some real bad blood in it, because this match we just talked about, it ain't got no bad blood. Let's talk about Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan. Now we talking. Guys, what you take?
Well, here's a question. Are they fighting over a title or they fighting over a boy?
Hey, they might have Britney Spears out here for this one.
Hey, I had to
I mean,
ask.
That's a good point.
either way,
No dirt.
don't do that. Don't do that. Either way, Liv Morgan might need to win this match.
She does. She does.
Either that or a total curveball send Chippy out there.
Oh,
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean a total curveball, but I think they doing too much with the Nia stories. I don't know if they're gonna do Chippy to cash in on Liv or Rhea. But
that would be smart.
it'll be
Though.
interesting.
That would be smart because now Nia and Liv, they can both have the titles together.
Yeah, I mean that's what Nia wants, but that's rarely, or if at all, what ever happens when the chance comes up.
Yeah, it don't happen like that no more.
But Liv needs to win because, like I said, her or the next match we're going to talk about, Finn, one of them need to win. And I would think it's going to be Liv for her to keep that title, so like I said, give some credibility towards the now Judgment Day, or
Right.
or they call them. They got a whole T-shirt of a street trash. So I don't know what their name is for real. So I don't know.
So is the injury that Rhea has, is that a work?
Yeah.
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 I mean, she would have been out like her arm injury. She would have been out for a little bit.
Right. We're dropping some terminology today, taking the fans behind the curtain. I got Rhea winning this. I think it's time.
Why?
I don't want it to be time. You know what? I take that back. I'm torn. What's going to be the deciding factor in this is who you just said is going to be Dominic. He's going to be the deciding factor.
Oh yeah, always.
Yep. Or
And
the Judgment Day.
yeah, because like I said, they still got to build up to that moment where he gets the riptide.
That's true.
And he could get it in this match, but that's going to distract Rhea, and Liv going to capitalize on her. I think that's how it could happen. Like so, Rhea get that big moment of doing the riptide on Dominic while the referee is down or distracted or whatever it is, and then Liv capitalizes.
Yeah.
I think Liv should win because the storyline should keep going. Because if Rhea takes the title back, after a while, it's going to kind of push Liv out of, especially when you got a new Judgment Day like this.
Okay. Who we got winning? Damian Priest and Finn Balor. I think Damian winning that one. But to your point, RC, one of them got to win. Finn got to win to make himself look like a leader.
Yeah. If not one of them, both of them, really. Because they lost that tag match, so they could come back. It was dominant tag match, but Finn and Liv come back and get these victories for the Judgment Day, so it can continue this story. Because, like I said, even if Rhea and Damian do win, well, I don't know. It's a lot going through my head because I keep thinking about the Y6 coming after the Judgment Day. So that's kind of that just popped in my head, and that's kind of throwing me off because if they both lose both of these matches, they could go. The Y6 could come in and feud with them because Y6 need to hurry up and get off of American Made quick.
They need a real feud right now. I mean, they need a real feud, and they need to get back to this spooky. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's October, so it's Halloween time. It's Halloween time for this, but it's Halloween time for them. But Judgment Day versus Y6, I mean, that's got that written all over it, kind of. So, and plus they got to defend them tag team titles. So I want to see who can go after them with that. So that's I'm like, I'm trying to see where this goes. But if Judgment Day gonna look strong, they need to win. But if not, then they going to fight the Y6 afterwards.
Off topic, just thinking here. What if the Bloodline get both tag team titles?
Then it was no point of them breaking them up, getting new tag team titles.
Yep, I was going to say the same thing. We done been on that road already. Not only that, I mean, I like the Tongas, but they're not going to break the Usos record. So there would be no point. And then again, to RC's point, why would they break it up in the first place?
Yeah.
Now, I mean, at the same time, they went to NXT last week, so.
Yeah, we were talking about the last episode, but I think they just did that to get at Street Profits, but
man,
and they didn't do nothing on SmackDown towards that, so I don't know what's gonna happen.
Who you got winning this match, Lonnie?
With Damian and Finn, I say Damian, but I think Finn should win. But I don't think it should be. I don't think it should be clean though.
Okay.
I don't know if these are our official predictions because we're gonna have that show coming up once the show gets real closer. But for right now, this is where we're gonna stand on it.
Right. So let's talk about Nia Jax and Baylor. I think we kind of already covered that a little.
Yeah,
Well, she ain't got an opponent just yet. So I mean, whoever she
yeah.
fight
I
though,
still think it should be Naomi.
Yeah.
I think it should be a triple threat.
Yeah, because the card right now is slated for Nia versus Bayley. So
Yeah, I think it should be a triple threat. Bayley may win, and that's fine because she can get a rematch, which she probably will. Now that I think about it, but
Yeah,
sometimes though, it's with this kind of card around you, man. It makes you work hard, bro. Like
Yep.
you going in already talking about, man, I might be overshadowed here, which that happens a lot. So yeah,
but they could pull Bailey back in for the Saudi show.
yeah.
Okay.
So because that's gonna be what the end of October.
No, yeah. I think maybe that first. They said I think the first weekend, the first Saturday in November, maybe whatever that date
Right.
is. Hold on, I'll tell you right now. I'll look it up.
Yeah, because of course, the virus is in that same month
Mm-hmm.
in November also. So and then they're not gonna have the PLE in December. So yeah, Bailey could wait. She can get that Saudi match if Naomi don't win, and I feel like that's how they should play it out.
Right.
The Saudi shows have been way better recently in the last year, about a year or two.
Yeah.
The Saudi shows have been way better. So I mean, that could be built up in Saudi.
November 2nd.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
So speaking of Saudi, but any final thoughts on this bloodline card? I mean, blood. Sorry, bad blood card.
Well, a lot of things we'll be waiting to see them being made fully official on the show. So, but the way it's been built up, yeah, it's kind of like I say, it's not a WrestleMania card, a WrestleMania, what they used to call WrestleMania Backlash. The show after how they did it back then, it was dumb to me how they did that.
Right.
But that's what this card is built up to be like that. Because, like I said, this tag match is, I don't know if you call it once in a lifetime. It's a rarity that this tag match will happen like this with Roman and Cody.
Right.
And then with the Hell in a Cell and Balor and Priest and Gunther, Sami, well, actually, they ain't been official, but, and Liv and Rhea, all these are big matches. And I wouldn't be surprised if they were on a WrestleMania card.
Mm-hmm.
It could easily be a WrestleMania card. So it's gonna be a good pay-per-view. And like I said, I know they're gonna put only like 5 to 6 matches. Like I said, that's what I like.
Mm-hmm.
And keep it simple. Get these matches time. Tell a story. They all building up well.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has a reason to fight, and that's what we like to see.
Well, that's why I thought are they going to add Sami and Gunther to that card because you already got 5 matches booked, and 2 of them going to take some time.
Do they got 5 matches?
Yeah, you got the tag match we talked about. You got the Hell in a Cell. You got Rhea and Liv. You got Damian Priest and Finn Balor and Nia Jax waiting on her opponent. So you got that's 5 matches right there. So
well, it probably be 6.
It probably.
I don't see that. Either way, I don't see the Nia match lasting that long.
We know that Sami for somehow going to be facing Gunther. We know that.
So that's 6.
Well, it's not official yet, but it's probably going to happen. To your point, it's probably going to happen. But maybe it might be on that Raw before the show. I don't know.
They need to do a pre-show. Just have that on the pre-show.
The world title match on the pre-show. Really?
Gunther really need to nod off. This guy is stellar. Everybody's facing the street track.
No. But that's good. That's good. Cause those 6 matches, that's a good card right there.
Mm-hmm.
And both all that could given enough time. Yeah, that could be a great pay-per-view. That probably if that's what the card is, it'll be better than Bash in Berlin. I'm gonna say that.
Yep.
On paper.
Yep. So, guys, I want to give the fans just a bonus here. I'm putting you guys on the spot. So, guys, how would we rate Cody Rhodes' title defense up to this date?
His reign? Oh.
Has it been stellar? Has it been kind of mediocre? What do you guys think?
I think I'll give him a B. And the reason why is because the matches are there, the promos are there, especially the ones with AJ. My goodness. But all his title matches kind of been a one-off. One match with
Yeah,
Logan Paul, only like I said, he had two with AJ, but one match with Logan Paul, one match against Kevin Owens. Who else he fought? That it? Logan Paul, Kevin Owens, and AJ Styles. Solo Sikoa, he just did solo.
Solo.
Yeah, and I think Money in the Bank, it was a 6-man tag, so that he didn't defend the title there. The Bloodline versus
Right.
KO and Orton. So I'll say a B plus. I give it a B plus because Cody, he hasn't changed. He's still going out. He's still cutting good promos. He's still having good matches. You know what I'm saying? But I think with Roman being back, it's going to force him to go to a new level because he don't want to lose his spot.
Yeah.
So I give him a B.
And that's what he needs. Iron sharpens iron.
Mhm.
And that's what was great. So great with all was in the 1A, 1B. We haven't exactly had that in a long time since Austin and Rock. It could be debatable or whatever you want to say, but I agree with that. Probably a B plus. Now I won't say he a B plus player. Now he's still that top. He's the top guy. He ain't a B plus player, but the reign hasn't felt threatened his whole reign.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think any of these guys that's faced him we thought was going to take the title from Cody. Because we all are waiting for either Roman Reigns, Cody 3, or Cody versus Rock.
Or Cody versus Randy Orton.
Oh, yeah, or Orton. Yeah.
That's gonna be like his staple. You know, every champion has that staple feud. To me, I feel like that's gonna be the feud.
Well, I'll say this too. The reason why we're waiting, the Roman and Cody history already there, so that might be a Saudi show match. But one thing about The Rock, and in addition to what Orton can do, you talk about a good point, RC, about him not. RC, you on today, boy. Somebody send that boy something. But you say hasn't been threatened. Good point, because The Rock busted him open. The only person who can do that to better is Randy Orton, because him and Cody knows each other. They've been on the road together. They're friends. And for Orton to do that and threaten it like that, I think that really get people more invested. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I think they're kind of still keeping it away right now. So yeah, to that point, it hasn't been threatened. AJ was the best thing, especially with the retirement promo, the match. That was the best thing. But yeah, he fought Solo twice. AJ twice, Logan Paul, Kevin Owens.
Yeah. Yeah. Until one of those three matches with Orton, Rock, and Roman, I ain't taking it too. I'm a enjoy the match, but I'm not taking any other opponent other than them three serious. So, like I said, I've enjoyed Cody having the belt, but like he has to place one of them three for me to be fully invested in like what's really going to be the outcome of this.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see any of them three taking the belt from him.
Mm-hmm.
So, is there a lack of talent when it comes to face Cody?
No,
not a lack of talent, but main event star power. Yes,
main event caliber.
Yeah.
Well,
and like you saying like, oh sorry,
no, wait,
but like you were saying, Lonnie, if Roman fights Cody at the Saudi show, that could lead to Solo costing him Roman the title, which can lead to the Survivor Series match, because he felt like Roman cost him his championship match at SummerSlam, so he could come right back on him, and that could lead to the Survivor Series Bloodline versus Bloodline.
And then officially, Cody could potentially be done with this bloodline. I'm not gonna say the bloodline as a whole. I mean this bloodline. And so to answer the question, no, it's not a lack of talent. I just think they haven't had a consistent story. The only consistent story he's had was the bloodline. Whether it's been matches in between, it always comes back to the bloodline. So I mean, think about it. We took almost a whole year off, and RC, we was talking one day. He said it was everything, and maybe he said it on the show when Roman beats Cody at WrestleMania 39. They don't, they're supposed to fight the next night on Raw. Brock Lesnar turns on Cody. They go through months of program with that. Cody and Jay become tag team champions. That puts Cody back on SmackDown, and then him and Roman have a face-off since WrestleMania. right? Goes back to Raw, wins the Royal Rumble. Is on Raw and SmackDown for a little bit. Wins the title, now he's on SmackDown. Roman's out for a little while. Now Roman's back. He's fought Bloodline in between all that. So it always seems to come back, whether he's fighting with them or beside them.
Right.
So,
Yeah, but and like he said on SmackDown, the Bloodline is Roman's to deal with, but he got pulled back in, so he's fighting them. But he's trying to be done with his Bloodline. And like I said, if he fight Roman at Saudi, and like I said, if my storyline I just put out there happens, I think he'll be done for at least for the moment until Rock comes back.
Cool.
Until Rock comes back.
Everybody's waiting for the final boss. What do you guys think? We want to know your point of views in the comment section. Guys, any final thoughts on this show?
Looking forward to Bad Blood. Everybody get ready. Get your food ready. Or select what you want to eat for the menu. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah, we got a few weeks, but it's building nicely. I'm ready for it. It's gonna be a great card. Like I said, better than Bash in Berlin. Close to SummerSlam. I don't know, but SummerSlam was awesome. WrestleMania was awesome this year. But I just want to give a shout out to all the legends that were on SmackDown. I forgot to mention that.
Right.
All the legends for the premiere.
Vicky was there.
Vicky, Rob Van Dam, Teddy Long, Ron Simmons, Booker T, Charmel, Damian Priest, Gunther, and Ludwig Kaiser was there. So shout out to everybody that showed up and how they presented that for SmackDown for the premiere episode. I thought that was amazing how they presented that with the legends being there in the crowd. And like I said, the production is always good. And like I said, the new graphics and everything, I love it all that.
Them camera angles in that cage match was on point. But shout out to Jacqueline officially being a part of the Legends team. Or she got a Legend contract, so shout out.
Oh yeah, her and Victoria.
Yep. Lonnie, any final thoughts?
Man, I'm just happy. I'm looking forward to it. To your point, shout out to the Legends. Shout out to Jackie, Victoria for getting those Legend contracts. I'll say this one thing. It seems like we don't know the full stories, but it's really good to see. I ain't gonna say I don't know if it's forgiveness or whatever. It's good to see people are coming back to where they started. You know what I'm saying? Coming back to it. Like, for me, we know the history of Bret Hart and Triple H, how that whole thing went. A lot of people talk about Shawn Michaels, but Triple H knew about it too, but they were just doing what they were told to do. And now to see Triple H and Bret Hart shake hands, and Bret Hart said, "Thank you for inviting me backstage." He said it backstage on social media for them to come together. That means we can all get on down the road, man, and continue to enjoy this thing that we enjoy watching. So I love seeing those types of things, and that's what a champion is really made of.
You know, Triple H does a great job of mending those relationships, man. He does a really good job at that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, because as much junk as Bret has talked about Triple H over the years, it was surprising, but good to see that. Even though some people in the comments were saying like, Bret was like, yeah, okay, yeah. It wasn't truly genuine for him, for Bret, but Bret got the same facial reaction for a lot of things. So I don't know. For these days.
Let me just say this real quick, man, about that.
Yeah.
Anytime somebody's upset, you're gonna say things that you probably don't mean.
Yeah.
Bret Hart said the day the screw job happened, he made a promise to himself that day. In his Hall of Fame speech, he says this, that if they ever asked him to be a part of the Hall of Fame, he would do. He said that same day. So my point is this. Yeah, he said some things, but the man was hurting for years, man. He was hurting for years. And sometimes that's just you want to come back, but you know sometimes you don't know how to.
Yeah.
The man was happy to be there, otherwise he probably wouldn't have been there.
Yep. Yeah. You
know, he didn't have to show up, even though it was in Calgary. He didn't have to show up.
Right.
And that could be a lesson, not just for wrestling, but whoever listening to this in your life, just show up and talk it out. Because you can hold on to something for years. It could be hurting you. And the other person probably don't even care about what you're thinking about, and it's bothering you for forever. So show up, communicate. If it can't be solved, forgive them for yourself.
Yep.
And it doesn't have to be for them, but for you, for your peace. So I don't know who needs to hear that, but listen to it. taking advantage of that or not, but everybody deserves their piece. Find yours. That's all I'm gonna say about it.
And you know, Brett has high standards, man. So anybody that has high standards is always going to come across like that because a lot of people deal in low standards. So Brett
Mhm.
has standards. That whole Hart Foundation was high standards, man. He lived
Oh
up to
yeah, greatness, man. That's greatness.
One of the
yeah.
greatest
So
tag teams ever.
yep.
Oh yeah.
That sound like another show. That sound like another show we got to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. But listen, this has been another edition of the Champions Corner, your favorite podcast here. You can find us on YouTube, Spotify, the list goes on. Subscribe. We thank y'all for helping us reach 2,000 plus followers. Subscribe,
2000.
like this podcast, share it with your friends. We look forward to seeing you next time right here in the Champions Corner. Peace.
Thank y'all.
Peace.